Good morning. This is Dr. David A. Padgett. This is World Regional Geography, Geography 1010, uh, Tennessee State University. Today is February the 17th, 2021. And so I'm going to start off by sharing my screen. And so here we are at the course landing page in eLearn. And so first I'm going to start off with a couple of quick housekeeping announcements, and then we'll jump right into our work for today. Uh, Announcement number one is that um, you all have an exam coming up, unit exam A, which will be administered next Wednesday, February the 24th. It will be a take-home type exam of multiple choice questions, and you will have to download it and then complete it and return it within a prescribed number of days. And so you will have access to all of the Unit A materials, including the recordings, the geography history timeline, all of the reading materials, the GIS assignment that we're going to work on today, et cetera, et cetera. And so be sure that you are well versed on the vocabulary words associated with Unit A, especially the map interpretation vocabulary words and any others, including the 4 traditions of geography and other pertinent vocabulary words, cartography, geomorphology, geometry, geography, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's announcement number one. Announcement number two is that we are working this week on the North America hometown geography map, and we're going to jump right into that right now. So I'm going to change to student view. And so, okay, so the assignment for this week is the North America hometown geography map. And so you should go here and then here to get to the instructions. So what we've been doing is following the instructions let me stop for a moment here. Pause the recording. Okay, so we're recording again. And so we'll go to GIS assignment 1, geographic information systems assignment 1, GIS assignment North America hometown map, and click here, open up the instructions. Here are the instructions. So last time, and if you're looking at this recording for the first time, again, the first step is to set up an ArcGIS, Esri ArcGIS public account. Esri's ESRI stands for Environmental Systems Research Institute. An ESRI ArcGIS public account is what you should do, what you should set up first. The instructions are here. There are the screenshots. Hopefully you've done that between now and well, since Monday. And then the next thing we did starting on Monday was populate the attribute table. And so the attribute table is here. This is the shared geography map spreadsheet. Click on it like that. And then next, open with, and we're going to open with Google Sheets. And so it appears as if we have had some contributions by various students. That's very good. And so what we're going to do today is continue to fill out this spreadsheet or populate this spreadsheet, otherwise known as an attribute database for our ArcGIS Online map. And then we're going to create a draft map. So when we left off last time, we had completed the fields A, B, C, D, E, and F, G, and H, I believe, with the group that was here on Monday. Yes, through H. Now let's push forward and get the rest of the fields completed so that we can get this map up and complete at least this demonstration, first demonstration of this assignment. So the next field that we need to complete is the hometown city vegetation region, which is at textbook figure 12.10. So that means we have to go here, here, and get to the textbook here, and then here. And so now we're at chapter 12. Now my page opened up automatically to chapter 12. If yours does not, go to book contents, North America, and it should bring you right here. Then we want the images. So we click on images. Now you're going to have to scroll down. So here's through the chapters. It doesn't go right to chapter 12. And so we want figure 12.10, figure 12.10. And so here is figure 12.10 or 12.10, vegetation regions of North America. Now, one thing I'm going to have to point out is that there is yet again another mistake on this map. And so the needle leaf, trees color area symbol, as you can see, is not on this particular map. And actually what should be there is this dark green area here in Canada. So that is the needle leaf tree. We might call it a biome, or vegetation region. So that's what this dark green area is here to the north. See, notice it's missing here in the legend. Okay, so what we are going to do now is figure out, well, which natural vegetation region corresponds with our cities. I have been demonstrating myself or using myself as a demo. So here's the vegetation region. So the question is, well, which vegetation region for me does Baltimore, Maryland, my hometown city, which vegetation region does my city correspond with? And so I'm going to go to the textbook. Here's Baltimore, Maryland. I'm going to look at the legend. Appears as if I'm in this kind of light green area of broadleaf trees. So I'm in this, well, not the lightest of light green, but in this green area of broadleaf trees. And so I'm going to go back to the spreadsheet, and I'm going to type in broadleaf trees there for me. Okay, The next field we have is the United States sub-regions, and so that, of course, is according to the instructions on at figure 12.28. So back to the textbook. Now we want figure 12.28. And so we'll go here. Image, well, let's see, figure 12.28. That's going to take too long. Let's just go to images, scroll down, figure 12.12, till we get to 12.28. There it is. So here are the various subregions of North America. And so here are various subregions of, well, in this case, the United States. And so we have various subregions. Notice some of these regions overlap. Pick the one that you find most appropriate. So for example, let's see. So Mullins is who's in Cincinnati, picked the manufacturing belt. And so you can clearly see that she could have picked either Appalachia or the manufacturing belt or the Midwest. So you have three overlapping regions here for Cincinnati. Well, actually, she could have picked the manufacturing belt or the Midwest, but she picked the manufacturing belt, not quite far east enough for Appalachia. So I'm in Baltimore. I could either pick the South, which I'm not going to. Looks like even a little bit of Appalachia or even the manufacturing belt. But I'm going to put in Megalopolis for my subregion. So I'm going to put in Megalopolis for my subregion. And so that should, so everyone else should have a pretty, pretty straightforward. Most of us are in this part of the country, the South or the Delta region or what have you. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so next we have agricultural region. So notice that the agricultural region is covered at textbook figure 12.32. So let's go back to the textbook. Figure 12.32. And so here are various agricultural regions. Now you'll notice that we have the dairy belt, corn belt, winter wheat belt, cotton belt here, the Appalachian Mountains, which I don't think this is really a agricultural region, but it's labeled on the map. So, but I don't really think that's an ag region. So we have winter wheat belt, cotton, so on and so forth. So notice that some of us or some of you or us will not have identified agricultural region, and that's the case for me. So if nothing jibes with where you are, just put NA in that space. But otherwise, you should have um, something there.
Do I have the agricultural region since Cincinnati falls on that green line?
Well, let's see. Cincinnati, yeah, I would say, yeah, you definitely probably fall within this hilly southern margins region. Um, so, and granted, this is not the best map in the world, but it is what it is. Um, I'm having a difficult time trying to decide. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's you could just say hilly southern margins for Cincinnati. It's right in there, so that's close enough. Um, so that's what I would put there. Okay, so we have pretty much covered the fields that are in the textbook. So notice fields G, H, I, J, and K are covered in the textbook. And so those are the sources of information for those points of data. Uh, the next, two fields, fields L and M, you will use the ArcGIS Online map. And so now I'm going to go to my ArcGIS Online account. I'm going to sign in. I'm going to go to the map. And here is my account. Hopefully by now, or as soon as possible, you should have your own account. If you have your own account, you can open it up now, perhaps. You can follow me as I continue with this demonstration. So the first question, well, for field L, it says major, hometowns surface water body within 100 miles. So the point there is within 100 miles. Now, for some of us, it's going to be painfully obvious. I'm from Baltimore. So when I zoom in on my city or my hometown, it's pretty obvious what oops. So here's Baltimore, Maryland. I'm going to zoom in with the search bar. So for some of you, this is going to be painfully obvious. So for me, the major body of water within 100 miles is the Chesapeake Bay. How do I know that that's within 100 miles? So we'll have to use a measure tool. Here, go here to notice it switches to miles. Just click once and then drag and you'll see the miles show up. So you notice that it's clearly about 14 or 15 miles from the center of Baltimore to the Chesapeake Bay. Fairly obvious for me. And so I would notice I said major surface water body. So this shouldn't be some little creek that runs by your house. This should be a a lake, or some other major body of water. If you're in Memphis, that should be pretty obvious. Snellville, Georgia, you might have some choices to make. If you're in Cincinnati, that should be pretty obvious with your major body of water. If you're in, see, Childress, who is in Blue Springs, Missouri, she picked Lake Tapawingo. Okay, I'm not going to argue with that. That I've never been to Blue Springs, Missouri, but I'm assuming that we have a major body of water there at Lake Tapawingo. But the key is to use the measure tool in order to determine if it is within 100 miles. Again, for some of you all, it should be painfully obvious, like in my case. So, again, this is a major body of water, surface water. Okay, so let's see if we're getting any results here. Well, I guess we will eventually. So the next field is the closest mountain or mountain range. And so that may or may not be obvious for everybody. So for me, in Baltimore, that's not obvious. So notice right now I have the I'm going to switch this over to the terrain with labels base map. That might be a base map that's most effective for showing mountain ranges, obviously. And so when I do that, and I zoom in, I get the Shenandoah Mountains. Is that the closest one? Don't know. Is it the Allegheny Mountains? Don't know. So let's see. Let's get in. Oh, there's the South Mountain. And maybe it's the South Mountain. Let me zoom in a little further. Oh, look at that. When I zoom in closer, here's another mountain range that's even closer. Measure here, miles, Baltimore. So the Catoctin Mountain appears to be the closest mountain to Baltimore. So this is where we can use different base maps for surface features. So some base maps are going to show surface features better than others. This map obviously is best for surface features like mountains. Maybe not the best map for the human-built environment, such as human-built landmarks and so on and so forth. You might also perhaps maybe the U.S. Geological Survey map might be effective. Maybe not. I don't see a whole lot of mountain ranges popping up. And this is when we get into the issue of generalization. So you notice that on this map, we have a lot more features on the ground that are related to the human environment. We have the airports and urban environments and roads and highways. But notice we don't really see the mountain ranges labeled. There's Appalachians, but notice we don't see the Catoctin Mountains here. But when we go to, what if we went to the National Geographic map? What about that? Is that better? Yeah, well, it's interesting. Notice you have to zoom in, zoom out. Notice that with regard to generalization by the cartographers that create these maps, some maps some features come in on certain scales and others disappear. So determining the best base map to display certain features is something that I might ask you during your map demonstration. And so I'll talk about the map demonstration later on. So again, for me, it's Catoctin Mountain. So I'm going to go here, David Padgett, Catoctin Mountain. And then last but certainly not least, natural hazard. You don't necessarily have to Google this unless you just really don't know. But from living in your hometown, you should know what natural hazard, not human created hazard, but what natural hazard impacts your city the most. I'm just going to say flooding, probably for Baltimore, Maryland. Other places, you're going to have other hazards. I see Childress for Blue Springs, Missouri says tornadoes. Let's see what else we have. Memphis and Nashville. You have some choices there. Snellville, Georgia, various choices. Cincinnati, Ohio. So again, a natural hazard is natural. It's something that is not human created. So you shouldn't put air pollution or traffic or gun violence or anything like that. A natural hazard is flooding, tornadoes, extreme heat, extreme cold, so on and so forth. Okay, so we have, or I have completed all of the fields that are required to be filled out to this point. If you are here, let's see. See, we've got Mullins is here, and let's see, Darden. I guess you was here. Bingham.
Yes.
Do you need any help?
I'm working on it now. Our power's been out since Monday, so I just got a chance to charge my stuff up to get on.
Okay. Are you on your phone now?
Yes, sir.
Oh. So just as soon as possible, will you be able to get onto a PC anytime soon?
Yes, sir.
So, but just not right now.
No, it should be later on today.
So again, if you need any help, again, let me know as soon as you need help. But you just have to get into this spreadsheet, watch these recordings, and if just follow along. So since you're here today, so you're, how do you pronounce your first name?
Angelise.
Oh, Angelise Bingham.
Yes.
And you're in Memphis, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you have a name Pamela Bingham?
No, sir.
Okay, she's one of my best friends, but she has a lot of relatives in Memphis. She might be your cousin, maybe. I don't know. But okay, so I'll just start that for you, and the rest of it you should be able to get done on your own.
All right.
Okay, so just continue to follow along. So that was step 5, and we've done step 6. So now I'm going to move on to step 7. So in theory, so here's our spreadsheet. Let's hope that, let's see, we're close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we at least have 7 of you all who have started to fill out the spreadsheet. Obviously, not everybody can attend the live session. So if you're listening in to this recording, please fill in your portion of the spreadsheet. And then we will get to 10 of you all. That's the plan. When at least 10 students have completed the spreadsheet, then you should make a map. Then you should move forward with what I'm getting ready to do now. Give everybody until Friday, at least, maybe Saturday. But by Friday, whatever data's in here, hopefully we'll have enthusiastic participation on the part of the entire class, because this is a group effort. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. And so everybody's going to use this exact same database and it should be complete. Okay, but follow the instructions. Okay, no freelancing. Okay, so you'll mess up the data for everybody. All right. So now we have completed step 7, and now we'll go on to step 8. Oh, no, wait. Now we're going to do step 7. Step 7 is just to download the database. So I'm going to go to File, Download, Microsoft Excel format. Now you notice in the instructions, you should make sure that these fields, that these cells for latitude and longitude, highlight them, right click, go down to format cells. This should be these should be number cells. Make sure you have, let's push it to 7 places behind the decimal. Okay, and then File, Save, and save it. I'm going to save this as spreadsheet 98B. And today is 2/17/2021. So this is our spreadsheet. So first, save it to the hard drive in Excel format. Next, so now that's step 7. Step 8, save it as a CSV, delimited file. So we're going to go here, File, Save As, on your Save As type, change it from Excel workbook to CSV, delimited. Save. Now you're going to get all kinds of strange error messages. Yes, yes. Close the file. Save, yes, yes. Okay, so that is it. Now it's been saved as a CSV, delimited file. Now we go to your ArcGIS account. So here's mine. I'm going to change this base map to streets, and go to this add button here, add. This is in the instructions. Add layer from file, choose file, navigate to that spreadsheet, that CSV file we just created. Here it is, 2/17. Open it, import layer. Okay, and as you can see, when I click done, pull the legend up, and you can see all of the cities that we have, that you all or we have entered into the map thus far. So there's Braxton Dixon and Devin Adams and Jillian Mullins and Kamaria Childress, Caden Foot of Havong, Travis Darden. So there are the various points there. I think we have 2 people in Nashville. So notice when we zoom all the way in, we can see, see, who do we have? This is Braxton Dixon. And here is Devin Adams. Okay, so we can have more than one person in the city and not have the same landmark. Okay, so now notice that in the first thing you should do is save your map. First thing, save your map. Don't go through all this and not save as. Now I'm going to call mine Geog 1010 98B hometown map. Tags, you have to have a tag. I'm just going to use Tennessee State University. I don't think you need a description. Save map. So now your map is saved. So that's right here in the instructions. Here. Next, save your map. Give it a title per your name, class, section, and hometown. So you should have I probably should have named mine Padgett, Geog 1098, Baltimore, something like that. Okay, so now next it says to share your map and make it public. So you go here, share, everyone, and then hit this done button. Make sure you click the done button. Okay, you have to click the done button so that the share will actually take. Okay, so now after you have saved your map, you need to paste the link into the Word document. Go here, highlight, right click, copy, go to the Word document and paste, make the link live. Now I can see it, so that make sure that link is live. So when you're done, you'll upload this entire Word document along with your Excel and CSV spreadsheets. So you have 3 things upload to the Dropbox: this document, your Excel, and your CSV data sheets. Be prepared to do a live demonstration of the map you created. So next week when we meet on Monday, I will ask those of you who are here, who have completed the assignment, to do a live demonstration. You should be able to navigate to your city and point out at least 3 pertinent points of interest from the attribute table. I'm going to demonstrate that in a couple of minutes. If you're unable to attend the live classes, you should record your map demonstration. You can record it either, I recommend using Zoom, just like you see me do this every day. Start a Zoom meeting, share your screen, start recording. After you finish recording, the program will drop an MP4 onto your hard drive. Now you can either upload that MP4 to YouTube, or it may or may not fit in the Dropbox. If you have a problem, if your MP4 is so large that it can't fit in the Dropbox, just let me know, okay? And we'll figure out a way for you to get it to me. There are lots of ways to do it. So what I'm going to do now is demonstrate what I would like you to do with your map demonstration. So I might ask you, for instance, let's click here. So here's Childress. So Childress says that Lake Topawingo is the closest major surface water body. So what if I asked her that? And so now she would have to show me that here. She'd have to use a zoom tool. Maybe. Okay. Well, she's funny. She chose that lake and not this much larger lake, but that's okay. There's a lake right there. I think the instructions that say says okay, within 100 miles. So I didn't say closest there. So that's fine. So there is Lake Tapawingo. Maybe that's her favorite lake. I don't know. But I might ask you to do that. I might ask a student to identify the closest mountain range. So let's see. I don't know if Caden got that far yet. I don't know if anybody got that far yet. Let's see. Well, nobody's gotten that far yet. But let me see. Is anybody? Well, I know most people have entered their city's population. I might ask you to compare the population of your city to others. So you go to content. Now we're going to get into the number cells. And we go here. And then we get to city population. And I might ask you, hit done. So notice we have a variety of city sizes in terms of population. So here's Caden, Snellville, Georgia, only about 20,000 people. And then we have Devon and Braxton, who both have Nashville, Tennessee at almost 600,000 people. And Cincinnati has 300,000 people there. And so you see that symbol. If we go to the map, pull the map legend up, I'll ask you to pull up the map legend and so on and so forth. I might ask you to compare the elevation of each city. So I think everybody has that so far. And now we have elevation ranging from a low of 240 feet above mean sea level. That's me in Baltimore, to a high of 1,062 feet or so in Snellville, Georgia. And so some of this might be surprising to you. You might assume that the farther inland that we move, the higher the elevation is. We clearly see that that's not true. You might be surprised at how high the elevation of places around Atlanta, Georgia are. But remember, Atlanta is in that Piedmont region. And so Piedmont region is the transitional region between the coastal plain and mountains. And so it's a somewhat hilly region. If you've ever been to Atlanta, you know it's quite hilly there. So I might ask you to change the base map. So when we start to ask about closest mountain ranges, I might ask you to show me the most appropriate base map for whatever it is I'm asking you to find, and so on and so forth. So just watch how I'm manipulating this map. I might ask you what your Kirpin climate region is. So that gets us to text. So now we have Atlanta, Snellville, Georgia, subtropical rainy. CR, let's see, we have Jillian in Cincinnati, DO, oceanic, temperate, oceanic, and so on and so forth. Oh, let's see if we have anybody here. Childress also has a D climate there, and you'll start to notice some patterns. So be prepared to do map demonstrations like this one. Again, if you are unable to do the map demonstration in the live class, you should record a map demonstration. It doesn't have to be any more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes long. Please don't do a 30-minute map demonstration and create a massive MP4 that can't be uploaded anywhere. Let's try to get 10 of you all to fill out, at least 10. I really want the entire class to fill it out. Give people until Friday, at least Friday, end of the day Friday. I know not everybody can attend the live session. This is an asynchronous course. And if you need any help, please let me know as soon as possible, okay? Don't try to scratch your head and figure things out for yourself. Just ask. The goal here is to get this done, not to impress Dr. P, okay? Just ask when you need help. It's fine. The goal is to get this done. Okay, so just to give you a reminder, this assignment is due on February the 22nd, which is next Monday. Again, you should turn in the Word document with the link to your map. And that link should be public. Also, your two spreadsheets, your CSV spreadsheet and your Excel spreadsheet. So those three things should be in the Dropbox by Monday. And if you need any help, please let me know. So I am going to stop recording now. Thank you all for attending the live class. And for those of you, hopefully you will have watched this as soon as possible.